I was recently asked some questions about hip tightness. So for example, how common is hip pain? Now hip tightness, which can lead to hip pain, is incredibly common. Now numbers vary depending on which kind of sources you look through, but it's usually somewhere between the say 19 and 25% of people is normal. Now this range can actually increase with athletes. Now athletes, it can be up as high as 40% according to some sources. And it's mainly caused by tight hip flexors. Now that's that group of muscles around the front of your hips that aid in lifting your leg up towards your body. And they're crucial for walking, running and other activities and movements that require your legs. So why does this happen? The general consensus is that it comes down to two main issues. The first one is a sedentary lifestyle, which includes things such as prolonged sitting, poor posture, weak core muscles and limited movement. So think about a lot of people who spend a large portion of their time sitting, like those working on computers or at desks or just sat on the sofa, etc. Now, they may suffer from other problems such as lower back problems, muscular imbalances and shortening of the muscles, which impacts their range of motion as well. The second reason is for those who are overactive, such as elites, runners, athletes, dancers, gym rats and fitness junkies, which can overwork the hip flexors, leading to tightness through overuse and overstretching. So what exercise can exacerbate it? While it's very common to hear runners talk about hip tightness, and I confess, after running 3 marathons in succession, my right hip is quite tight, and it isn't the only exercise that can cause this. Things like jumping, HIIT workouts, squats, lunges, in fact, anything that strains or impacts the hip can contribute. So why is it important to nip this in the bud? While pain and discomfort of the hip tightness is a great reason to deal with this, if it's not addressed quickly, then it can cause muscular imbalances, impact your range of motion, can cause discomfort in other areas such as in your groin, your back, your knees. Ask me how I know about the knees. And also it can impact other performances. Now, is there any kind of stretches or warm-ups that can help us deal with this? Because it'd be great to be able to get for you some kind of examples of how you can actually manage hip tightness. So low lunges are a great stretch for your hip flexors and glutes. Plus you can flow nicely into runner's lunge from there to target your calves and your hams and easily make it into a smooth and enjoyable warm-up workout. Plus, if you can include a bit of motion while you're stretching, even better. So what kind of workouts should you be doing? Well, rather than thinking about the workout, think more about rest and recovery. This will be far more beneficial during your recovery period. So if you must exercise, then low impact exercises such as swimming can make you feel like you're doing something while putting minimal stress on your joints. Can you still run and cycle with hip pain? So you really need to know your own body and also know your own limits. If it's a new ache or a new pain, then do seek professional help from a physio. And if you are in pain, then make sure you've gone there as soon as you can. Because if you know what the pain is and you know how you're going to be able to recover from it, then that's a way that you can adjust your training accordingly and incorporate those adaptations so you don't cause yourself any problems. This means that you may be able to run or cycle or take in other activities, though it's going to be down to your own experience to decide if this is right for you. If it's an ache, a pain or discomfort and they're persistent, then do certainly seek out your physio, your local physio. I've also been asked, is Pilates good or is strength training good for doing this? So yes, stretching such as Pilates or yoga. Yoga is one of my favourites. And strength training along with rest and recovery are essential. So working on strengthening your core, though try and avoid things like sit-ups, which kind of utilise your kind of hips a lot, and also incorporate a whole range of different types of lunging, including walking lunges into your routines. Add stretches such as like butterfly, pigeon, or so if you can't do the pigeon pose, then things like 45-45 or 90-90 is a really great way to start out. And things like lying figure of 4, that's another great way of getting some of those stretches in there. So when should you see a physio? Well, depending on the severity of the strain causing the tight hip flexors, recovery time can range from 1 to 3 weeks all the way up to 4 to 6 weeks. Generally, the normal RICE, rest, ice, compression, elevation techniques and approach for recovery at home will work well. Though if you don't feel any improvement after a week or so, then do seek out your physio. Also, don't rush back into the activity that caused the problem too soon, as this can worsen the problem and increase the amount of time it's going to take to heal. A big thank you for taking the time to listen. If you know someone who would benefit from knowing this, then please share or tag them in. At Sharp Fit for Life, we're here to help busy professionals and their teams become happier, healthier and higher achieving in business and in life. We do this by coaching overwhelmed, overworked and overweight execs, business owners, entrepreneurs and consultants through the Business Body Blueprint, empowering them and their people through 6 proven success strategies that drive energy, improve focus and increase success in every area of your life. If you'd like to join us or get in touch to know more about the topic covered, then we'd love to hear from you. Simply email hello@sharpfitforlife.com or leave a comment. Have a great day.